everyone. How are you? Hello, everyone. It's a great show where you have these clear masks on, so you'll be able to see our faces and all.
Amazing time.
Wait,
Be safe in public.
wait.
Yes.
What's with the black mask? We're supposed to be in the clear, so I can see your face. It doesn't go over it.
I'm a two-mask guy. I've been a two-mask guy for the longest. I was wearing two masks and driving alone in my car before it was popular.
Yes, you were the meme for it. I get it, but for this show, would you just please take it off this one time?
Okay.
Thank you, just so they can
I
see
will take off.
your teeth.
I will take off my mask.
I can't work with you. This is why we call this irreconcilable differences, because this is ridiculous.
That's on you, man. That's not on me. I'm doing my thing.
Well, we're going to try to work through this throughout the night, but in the meantime, who has never been to an improv show? Has anyone not been to an improv show here? We got a couple of hands.
Okay.
It's very simple. We're not going to sit here and stand and tell you the rules. We're going to just demonstrate how this works. So, Wade,
What?
this is going to be a really long night. I can tell you that right now.
I'm sorry. I'm just so filled up because we're risking our lives right now at this super spreader event to bring these people a little bit of joy. They have not been out of their homes for 19 months.
That's
You
true.
can see they're pale. These people are so pale. And they could have gone into their own backyards, but safety.
You're right. You know what? We're not fools tonight. We're heroes. And
That's
we're
right.
We're modest heroes, and that's how we're going to play it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that.
I really don't want to bring anybody else out.
You know what? Just us the
I
whole night.
think we should just do this.
I mean, based on that applause, I think the audience.
There was a,
yeah.
it was a smattering.
Yeah. No, there was at least one or two. Yeah, there was some.
All right. Okay. So let's bring two fools out. Can we get two fools out here, please? Two fools, please. Oh, look, we got Brian. So this is how improv works. Somebody suggest a location for me. A location? Yes. Paris. Anywhere special in Paris? France. Okay, I thought you were saying Paris Valley, California. Like Lake Paris with the leeches. Okay, you know what? I like Paris. We're going to go with Paris. You two are in Paris. Go.
What do you think the view is like up there?
I bet it is amazing.
Oh,
You know what?
yes.
I think we should do it. We should. It's our anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Let's do it. Let's climb up the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, but I have an idea. Instead of like using the stairs and the elevator, we'll climb on the outside up the grid, up the metal grid. You and I can do this.
That's why I married you. What a wonderful idea.
So that's how it started. You know, but let's learn some more. Let's get two more fools out here. Two more fools. We got Sandy. And just so we get in the habit, when we say, can we get a suggestion, just feel free to yell it out. We're not in school here. You can just yell it out. We'll try to hear it. We might ask you to repeat it, but just yell it out. So can we get a relationship between these two?
Cousins.
You two are cousins. Any particular type of cousins?
Oh gosh.
Second cousins twice removed.
Second cousins twice removed that may or may not kiss. So let's see.
Cousin Wilfred! I'm so pleased to see you.
Man, it's been how many years?
84.
You were this high.
I know, I'm always hoping.
Me too.
Anyway, let's do our traditional hug.
Well, that's it.
Family show.
Family friendly.
Family friendly. Let's get two more. Are there two more? Are there? How many are back there? Let's get two more fools out. All right, so let's get a profession. Let me hear some suggestions for a profession for these two.
Archaeology.
Dentistry.
What was that first one?
Archaeology.
Therapists. Ooh. And I think they've both been through a lot of therapy. Let's try it. Therapists, let's go.
Dr. Brisbane, I see you have been with me for 5 years now. You've made very little progress.
I know, you showed me the notes last time where it said stagnant and not responsive, and I know, it's very sad.
Yeah, vindictive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very unusual too because you are a very accomplished therapist yourself.
Thank you so much. I was just surprised. I noticed you were writing them in crayon. I thought you were going to try to get better, but maybe, yeah, we'll work on that with you too.
Yeah, I mean, we've always done this as kind of a tag team therapy, right? So wait a second, tag out. So it all started with my childhood. My dad made me melt gold out of teeth.
I feel like I'm learning a lot just from watching this. And I want to learn more. So can we get 2 more fools? I think we have at least 2 more. More than making an entrance that I didn't even know was possible. And can we get like a topic for an argument that 2 people might have?
Baseball.
Baseball? Anything about baseball in particular?
Bad umpire call.
Oh, yeah, bad umpiring calls in baseball. Let's hear it for them.
They didn't win on merit. They didn't win on merit.
Oh, is this because of the umpire again? The umpire made an absolutely right call.
It was wrong. He was safe. He was safe. He was safe. He slid in underneath the tag. That's safe.
No, by definition, whatever the umpire calls is what it is.
Oh
So,
my God, what universe do you live on?
they don't even need to look. Like, I'm sure if the umpire had been watching this time, he would have called it safe. But he had other business. He was doing something else.
He wasn't looking. They won. My team won. The Nationals won.
No, they didn't win because the umpire didn't see him go safe, and so he just called him out. And whatever the umpire says goes.
But we should be critical about it. We shouldn't just accept that he made this ridiculous call.
This is bothering you a lot, isn't it?
No, what did you say? He was safe.
I've been saying that the whole time.
Yeah.
It always worked out like
That was amazing.
That was amazing. All right, let's get our next 2 out. Let's see our next 2. All right, so we've got just 1. All right, fine, come on. Now, this is Rick Ramirez.
Woo!
And Rick is one of our most active improvisers. He does a lot of work up in Hollywood. Now, what have you been working on?
I just shot a commercial this week, and I put in for SAG-AFTRA to join the union.
Nice.
Yeah.
You were in a music video?
I was in a music video. Yes, it was in a small cafe diner, I should say.
Yeah.
And this young lady, up and coming rock star that I can't get her name because it still works.
Alright.
But
That
at the
kind of
very
describes me.
yeah.
Up-and-coming rock star, but go ahead.
Anyway, so at the very end, we all started dancing and getting into it. It was a lot of fun.
So Rick doesn't just work up in Hollywood. He also has another job. He has a kind of an odd job. Anybody want to guess what that odd job is?
Pro wrestler?
A pro wrestler. Anybody else? Anybody got any other suggestions? All right, pro wrestler. So, how did you get into professional wrestling?
when you're driving through LA, especially on fives,
Yeah.
you have to maintain something.
Yeah.
And you keep it bottled up for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so I just happened to walk by this dojo in Torrance,
Yeah.
where people were just pounding each other down, jumping off the ropes, you know, and I'm like, that looks like something that I can get into, that I can release this that's inside of me.
Now, what you don't realize, and maybe Rick doesn't realize it, is that he also has a TED Talk about how everybody in the world can benefit from wrestling. And so, would you just give us a quick little taste of that TED Talk so that when they see it come up on Netflix, that they can watch it?
Everybody, wrestling is an art form. It is choreographed. You have to trust your partner. Because if you don't, you will get hurt. You don't want to get hurt. You have children in the audience. If you come out like this, bad neck, that's not going to look good for the children. It's going to traumatize them. Right? You know what I'm talking about. Wake him up. A lot of aggression, especially through this past 19 months. The world slowed down and gave us a chance to really listen to ourselves. And then we went crazy. So this is ideal. But not only wrestling, but some salsa dancing. Body rolls. You gotta move. You gotta allow yourself to explore. Who am I? Sir, who are you? BS! That's what happens.
Okay. Now, speaking of traumatizing children, I think it's time to start our show.
Yeah! Stay up here. So this is some mechanics. We realized while they were doing their thing and as he was doing all that motivational speaking, Wade and I did a sidebar, we realized we really don't agree on anything. So
I didn't say that.
would you be quiet? Thank you. So I'm going to do the first half of the show. Then you can feel free to leave, and then he's going to do the second half of the show, and we'll just see how that goes. So Wade, why don't you just step on back? We'll give time for people to find chairs. And this next game is called Objection. Have you ever been either in a courtroom or watching on TV and you just want to see how that argument goes and goes and goes and goes and goes? Well, you're going to get to experience that today with all of our great lawyers here. They're going to be arguing with the most expertise you've ever seen. So can I get a topic that you'd like to see this argument about?
Exploding bananas.
Exploding bananas. Excellent. So this is Objection, Exploding Bananas. Let's see it.
Have you ever just peeled a banana and just looked at it and it looks so innocent and all of a sudden it explodes in your face? You don't know what to do. You think it's a piece of fruit.
Objection! He totally knew what to do. I mean, Lloyd opened up the banana and smeared into his face. Of course, you're going to just grab a Kleenex. You're going to wipe off your face. You're going to
Objection!
Yeah, both of you.
That's a perfectly good, horrible waste of a good banana.
You both make a good argument. Let's hear it.
I
think instead of a napkin, you should use
a paper towel. Because paper towels waste more paper.
Yeah, Sandy and Lynn. No, Jeff, all three. What's your objective? Yeah, all three of you. What are your objectives?
We have no objection. What's your objection?
No. Let's keep going, guys.
Because
waste is
paper
is
good.
Objection! Wasting paper is
backyard. You know, these people, their eyes only look out, right? They walk out and they're standing on the
Objection! He just sounded like a goat.
I disagree. Walk out on your wooden, beautiful balcony that you spent, you killed five.
He doesn't know the difference in a balcony and a deck. Balconies are very spacious and they have walls. And speaking of the walls that go around the deck and the balcony, they only have.
Objection! This is boring me. I love to be excited. I love to read a book that's about something really exciting.
Objection! He doesn't read.
You're right.
Illiteracy is a terrible problem among improvisers specifically. She doesn't know that many
I think she has your number. Let's get it.
The ones that I know can't read. That's why we're friends.
Objection, she doesn't have any friends.
Okay, that's all.
Friends and being an improviser is really difficult because we're strange people.
Objection! He took my tooth. Folks, you gotta be careful who you associate yourself with, because you don't know who you're gonna run into, a dentist or dental hygienist, or someone that was really wanting to take your teeth and quite possibly to see if the tooth fairy really exists.
Objection! The tooth fairy passed by his house.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay, it's very important that you let the tooth fairy know where.
Objection! We shouldn't be using fairy as a word anymore. Fairy is so awful. They don't want to be called fairy. They want to be called gay. They want to be called man and woman.
Objection! He's never been gay.
I have experience being gay. Of many, many, many years. And I don't want to be called.
Actually, as a white straight man, I can't say anything. I withdraw my objection.
You know what? Lloyd wins the case. And I think we all learned a lot about exploding bananas. Would you agree?